Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is George Schlacke and I'm here to tell you about the Switchbike. This is a 1-year review. Barbara ordered the Switchbike last year and I installed it for her on her regular bicycle, and she's been riding it quite a bit. Like every ride we go, basically she usually rides this bike, and most of the time she doesn't even turn on the motor. It's only when there are steep hills or perhaps when we do a longer ride that she turns it on. She usually has between half and a quarter of the battery left when we get home, so it serves her well, I think. Anyways, let's go over this bike. We've had it for about a year and I'll tell you what I like about it and the things that maybe could use a little improvement. So let's go over the Switchbike kit here really quick. The kit comes with an entire wheel. It's got this hub and there's a motor in there. The rim is a good quality. We haven't had any issues with that at all. Mind you, I have not had to change a tire on this yet. Yeah, it's a knobby tire we put on there, just a regular kind. See the connector here? We taped it to the fork. Of course, when the wheel has to come out, this has to come off. So this could be a little bit of inconvenience. We used zip ties to attach this. There's a harness here. It's got extra wires. They're optional throttle that you can have. We don't have that. All it has is a pickup on the crank. This is the battery connector, and at the same time it connects the controller. That's why there are so many connections here. Normally the battery would be on there. It's taken off right now. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. It's really not a big thing, but the whole thing is very solid, very nice. We haven't had any problem with it. Now the other thing, see, there's a pickup disc here with, I guess they're magnets, and as this turns, this attached here to the frame is a sensor. Again, we used zip ties and some tape to attach these wires. Doesn't look super nice, but again, there haven't been any problems with this at all. And yeah, basically that is all there is to this Switchbike kit. It works exceptionally well. It only adds a few pounds to the bike. We figured when Barbara goes touring with me, she has panniers on her bike just like I do, but she packs a little bit less. I pack a little bit of her stuff, so the weight balances out. I carry most of the weight and she carries what she can. So in this case, it didn't make a big difference. She'll carry about 25 pounds or so. Me, it's about 50 something. We try to pack light, and well, it's worked exceptionally well going around here. And what I'm talking about regarding the weight, well, we haven't tried that. We haven't been on a major trip with this yet. The plan is to do it next winter, but there's one problem. And I'll ask Barbara about that, and I'll let her explain what the issue is. So how much do you like your Switchbike after having used it for about a year?
Well, I love my Switchbike. Like, we go for long trips, 40 and 50 kilometer rides. Then if the hill is too steep, like, I can just turn this on and it'll take me up. Now there's a little problem with steep, but basically it'll do the job.
And what's the problem with steep?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened when I went up, but you have to have a really good run at it because this is only a pedal assist. And so you still need to apply your energy, and going up a steep hill, I almost crested to the top and then it just kicked out on me. So it was probably me, and or else the battery didn't keep up, something like that. But I got up. That was the only piece of the hill.
Now, we were kind of looking forward to taking this either to Mexico or perhaps Colombia, so that on the longer days when we're going on our bike tour, you would be able to use this at the end of the day, or, you know, when there's mountains. So now the problem with that is that the battery is too big to go on a plane. So you've had some dealings with the company because they originally told you that it was going to be for that you could take this on a plane.
Well, the advertising, the flyer that initially came out when this was first a very hot commodity, like what you had was in your email, it did say that you could take it on the plane. And that's initially why I bought it, because we travel in Colombia and Mexico, and lots of times you just can't quit inside of 40 kilometers and say, I got a cramp in my legs or I'm not feeling good. You may have to do 20, 30 more kilometers to get to a hotel or even a gas station or a restaurant just to take a break. And for me, that's a little bit too much. I just about died in the sun the last time we were in Mexico, and I'll never forget that. And I just thought that I need something that I can take on the plane and be able to do my trip with George.
So now you're in the process of checking the other battery that's available, and there is one available now that's on the plane, but apparently you have to order a whole lot more than just the battery. Is that right?
With the battery comes the dongle and the cable. You need those 3 items, and I can upgrade or switch it out to what I already have. However, it's a little bit disconcerting when you think about the money that I put into this, and now I need another battery because I can't. It needs to be lighter, so the one that we're looking at, or I'm looking at, is 15 kilometers. And I'm thinking, that is nothing. Like, this baby takes me 30 kilometers. But you get what you get. And they're willing to give me a discount, which is cool, but I just never foresaw that in the budget, because owning one of these is like, it's the creme de la creme. Very quality. I want to tell you that I'm really happy with it, but I'm just not happy about having to upgrade.
That's understandable. Fair enough. Thank you. This is the battery in question. See, it's got about 220 watt hours in there, which is good when you want to ride it. But, well, the weight isn't the issue. The issue is the watt hours, because it's a lithium battery, and you can only take 100 watt hour lithium batteries on the plane. So this one's too big, and the people at Switchbike, they must have known that before they sold the kit and before they advertised it as airplane friendly. Now, I don't know what the exact wording was back then, but Barbara was misguided by that advertising to order this right away in order to have something to be able to take on the tour. And we have to take the plane to get to where we're touring, because usually it's in a country down south or something, perhaps in the future even Europe. This is perfect. This helps her. This is like a equalizer between her and I. Like, we're not at the same level, but this has helped us a great deal to make her keep up with me better. When we cycle around here, we go from Edmonton to Fort Saskatchewan and back quite often. That's about a 65 or so kilometer return trip. And this helps. This has been a game changer. But now there's the issue. We cannot take this on a plane. And the Switchbike, they don't make this anymore. This is the old version. Today they have one that looks more like a plastic casing, and they come in different thicknesses. And there's one that's really thin, and apparently it only has 100 or so watt hours, and therefore it's good to take it on the plane. Now, we've been thinking if we had 2 of those, then perhaps I could take one on my hand luggage and she could take the other. I don't know if that's realistic, but I'd be all for that, except that kit that she now has to order, the regular price is over $500 here in Canadian dollars.
Correction, as of now it's $649 US.
She already paid $1,500 or something like that for the kit, which I think it's up there for what it is, but I don't want to say it's not worth it, because definitely it's a good product. Now, besides the battery, for taking this on a plane, the only other concern I have is about this plastic disc that's around the crank. Because I remember when I had to put this, you know, you have to break out the plastic pieces in order to fit it properly. Then there's a spring, a snap ring that goes around it. And it's a little bit wobbly. So it hasn't caused us any problems here using it a lot. But what I'm concerned about is when I take this apart to put it on the plane, we put the bikes in bags, will it survive the trip? Of course, you know, if we arrive there and then there's something broken, then there's a 50-50 or so chance that we cannot fix it. And that's why I would have been a little bit happier if this would have been something just a little bit more solid. But like I said, it hasn't caused us any issues here whatsoever. All right, this is the Switchbike battery pack and controller. So you can turn it on and off right there. You can increase, decrease the power. There's the indication. The battery is fully charged right now, as you can see right there. And this whole thing, like, it's nothing more than a handlebar bag, you see? Now here you can see what is in that bag that goes on the handlebars. There's this battery box, and it's got a sticker on it that says warranty void if it's broken. The connector that goes there has only 2 prongs, and it looks very, very simple. So I was tempted to actually open this up and see what kind of batteries are in there. But here on the right-hand side, where the arrow is now, that's where the actual controller is. So there's not really that much to it. So guys, that's it. The Switchbike. I wouldn't ditch it yet. I think we're still counting on it. But yeah, there are more expenses. It wasn't straightforward as we thought. It gets quite expensive. It's a good product. And, well, but how much is it really worth, you know? I mean, to me, it's worth the world to have Barbara come with me and not suffer when we go for bike rides that can be like 70 kilometers plus in a day. For me, it's no issue, you know. I go double that, maybe for a whole week in a row, but that would mean I would be touring by myself. To me, it means the world to be able to do the trip together, share the adventure, and that's where the Switchbike comes in. So there you go. I hope this video helps you make a decision. When you deal with those Switchbike people, it's a little bit hard to get a hold of the customer service. We've tried, and eventually you can find out where to send the email and stuff, but it's not straight right off the bat. They want you to read through all their question and answer section and stuff, and in the hopes that they'll be already covered. But, you know, then you don't find the right answer. Yeah, so that's our take on the Switchbike. I hope you found this video useful. I still recommend this kit. It's a good one, but I'm not too impressed with their customer service, to be honest. And there might be other alternatives that you can find for maybe a lot less money. I'm not sure about it. But we have this and it works. It's been very reliable. She's used it a lot. We have steep hills in the river valley here. This is where this comes in handy. What more can I say? If you like this video, please touch the like button so it changes color. And then if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would make my day. Thank you.